I'm Michael Cawood. I was the head of story and I did a lot of layout work and a little bit of animation for the OceanMaker. I'd wanted to work with Lucas for years, and we've been trying to find excuses. I mean, the fact that we were working for the same company in New York at the time was a small miracle. Lucas pitched the project to me, and he was looking to put together a small team of really talented people that he could take to somewhere specific. He hadn't quite decided where it was going to be yet, but they were thinking about doing something really unique, going to some place that everyone would want to go to. So the idea of going off to an island somewhere came up. Lucas sent me a version of his script months beforehand, and it was a good script in the sense that it was the kind of thing that we could make on a limited budget, but it had a strong message. Lucas came out to New York for a couple of weeks before we went to Belize, where we just talked about the story and did a little bit of storyboarding. One of the funny things was you kind of think, okay, well, let's try and do a storyboard from here to here, but it really doesn't work that way. The storyboards were good at showing what the character was going to do. I tried doing a little bit of storyboarding of what the planes were going to do and how they were going to move through the frame, but you didn't get a lot of value out of that. To be honest, we got a lot more value out of doing previs in 3D to show how the planes were going to move. So I focused then on just doing all the character performances, and that was handy because it meant that while we could fairly quickly generate 3D shots of planes moving around, it's not quick to generate character performances. So we were able to slot in thumbnails of what the performances were as storyboards and just litter the edit with those for a while. In the end, I feel like the most valuable thing I did was I acted as another filmmaker sounding board to Lucas. We would have long debates and discussions about how to address the actual story and how to present it. Day to day, I was actually spending a lot of my time doing what we called previs and layout and animating the planes and setting up shots and all that kind of stuff. I'd sit on the laptop creating shots and then putting it into what we had. It was like a little sync system where we move the shots around. I'd gather his material and my material together, put it into the edit and start blocking it all out. And then we would go back and forth looking at what we had. One of the benefits of working so closely was that we were able to see where things were going and quickly move ourselves in different directions. He would do a bit of editing, I would do some editing. He'd create some shots, I'd create some shots. Now, because he was directing the project, and he was also the only person who could read characters in the software, he kind of got pulled in multiple directions, and he had to do a lot of different things, whereas I was able to spend more time actually generating the shots. The best part, by far, was just the back and forth that Lucas and I had, discussing where we wanted it to go, what was going to work, trying things out. You kind of come to the conclusion, actually, that your working life doesn't give you everything that you want to do. So to some degree, you're going to have to do pet projects on the side in order to balance out the things that you do for your day job. Sometimes you get lucky and your day job gives you a lot of the things you want to do, but most of the time it doesn't. So you want to be doing stuff on the side in order to balance out your portfolio, show the things that you don't get a chance to do at work. And B, one of the nice things about doing your own project on the side is you have the power to make it what you want it to be. and to finish it. Other people, generally speaking, have control over the project you do in your day job, and so sometimes that work never sees the light of day, or they change it so many times that you never actually show the version that you wanted to show. Whereas if you go and do your own pet project, you can actually put out to the world something that you intended. And so by doing that every now and again, it's kind of like a course correction on your career. You get the opportunity to say, oh, okay, I'm steering off this way, but now I put something personal into my portfolio, and I can keep correcting it more towards the kind of work that I want to be doing. I was actually really pleased with the way that OceanMaker turned out. It's a very different tonal film to what I'd done before and what Lucas had done before. So it was a nice balance to the portfolio in many ways. And when we started to see the direction it was going in the film, it was quite emotional. I remember sitting in some of the screenings we had with the team and like feeling how powerful it was, and the real magic was recapturing that, because obviously when you work with it all the time, you start to get a little bit dead to the experience of how strong it is. So it was really magical to have those screenings with people and see how they were reacting, so we could see what was working and what we could do to improve on it. But I was very proud of it. And you can follow the link below to see all the information about it. So we're also posting behind the scenes videos so that you can learn a little bit about the experience of how we made it. And I was very proud of the film. I know that the team was really pleased with how it turned out, and it's already started to win awards at festivals. So please check it out and share it and tell your friends about it. Thank you very much.